another Nick Cave sound.
And Jesus said unto them, See ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left here one stone upon
You
another
better say it.
that shall not be thrown down. Come on, Bishop Raph Usher. See, y'all think all this temporary stuff is so important. You value this stuff over loving God and loving your sister and brother. But Jesus said, not one stone shall be left on top of another. Not one stone left on top of another, to testify that any man ever lived here. No, not one stone. Not one stone left on top of another, as a witness that a many family or community was present here. Left on top of another, to acknowledge pain ever was present. No, not one stone left on top of another, to show a nation learn this lesson. Not one stone left on top of another, to proving that someone was right. He said not one stone left on top of another, to show who won or lost any fight. Not even one stone shall be left on top of another, declaring something or someone is better than. Not one stone left on top of another, declaring someone is not equal but less than. Not one stone left on top of another, that might give value to any struggle. Not one stone left on top of another, that might mark forever a man's trouble. Not one stone left on top of another, to validate any insecurity or fear. Not one stone left on top of another, to be a tombstone to the unknown of the beloved one so dear. Not one stone left on top of another, to merit some selfish pride. Not one stone left on top of another, to entomb the truth inside. Not one stone left on top of another, to protect heroic legacy. Not one stone left on top of another, to remember some profound tragedy. Lord, not even one stone left on top of another, to honor even my dear mother. Not one stone left on top of another, to build walls to separate a people's color. Not one stone left on top of another, to even show I was ever here. Not even one stone left on top of another, as proof, Lord, of what I did here. Then the preacher said, we better get our house in order and start in God to live right real fast, 'cause only what you do for Christ will last. That's why I've decided in God I will. I put my trust, everything else returns to dust. The tokens of this world lose value and begin to rust. They're not worth my joy and not worth the fuss. But the Lord is the same yesterday, today, and tomorrow. He's that presence that I need in my good and in my sorrow. I choose to move and have my being in Him. He secures my little candlelight until it goes dim. Together on some level I'll live forever, because in His eternity is my temporary. And though not one stone shall be left on top of another, no stone will be needed, because the solid rock is where I stand. Thank God, He's my cover. Bishop Raf Usher.
Another Big K sound. Lord. No. That's enough. That's enough. Close the mic.